It's week 33 of a year of wisdom. Let's get to reading. Day 226. Job 15. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, should the wise answer with windy knowledge, and should he fill his stomach with the east wind? Should he argue in talk that is not profitable, or in words with which he cannot do good? What is worse, you yourself are doing away with fear, and you're lessening meditation before God. For your iniquity teaches your mouth, and you choose the tongue of the crafty. Your mouth condemns you, and not I, and your lips testify against you. Were you born, the firstborn of the human race? And were you brought forth before the hills? Have you listened in God's confidential discussion? And do you limit wisdom to yourself? What do you know that we do not know? What do you understand that is not clear to us? Both the gray-haired and the old are among us, those older than your father. Are the consolations of God too small for you, the words spoken gently with you? Why does your heart carry you away? And why do your eyes flash that you turn your spirit against God, and you let such words go out of your mouth? What is a human being that he can be clean, or that one born of a woman can be righteous? Look, he does not trust his holy ones, and the heavens are not clean in his eyes. How much less he who is abominable and corrupt, a man drinking wickedness like water. I will show you, listen to me, and what I have seen, I will tell. What wise men have told, and they have not hidden that which is from their ancestors, to whom alone the land was given, and no stranger passed through their midst. All of the wicked one's days he is writhing, even through the number of years that are laid up for the tyrant. Sounds of terror are in his ears. In prosperity the destroyer will come against him. He cannot trust that he will return from darkness, and he himself is destined for the sword. He's wandering for bread, saying, where is it? He knows that a day of darkness is ready at hand. Anguish and distress terrify him. They overpower him like a king ready for the battle. Because he stretched out his hand against God, and he was arrogant to Shaddai. He stubbornly runs against him with his thick-bossed shield. Because he has covered his face with his fat, and has gathered fat upon his loins, he will dwell in desolate cities, in houses that they should not inhabit, which are destined for rubble. He will not become rich, and his wealth will not endure, and their possessions will not stretch across the earth. He will not escape from the darkness. A flame will dry up his new shoot, and by the wind of his mouth he shall be removed. Let him not trust in emptiness. He will be deceiving himself, for worthlessness will be his recompense. It will be paid in full before his time, and his branch will not flourish. He will shake off his unripe fruit like the vine, and he will cast off his blossom like the olive tree. For the company of the godless is barren, and fire consumes the tents of those who accept bribes. They conceive trouble and bring forth mischief, and their womb prepares deceit. Proverbs 14. The wisest of women builds her house, but the foolish tears it down with her hands. He who walks in uprightness fears Yahweh, but he who is devious in his ways displeases him. In the mouth of a fool is the rod of pride, but the lips of the wise preserve them. When there are no oxen, the manger is empty, but an abundance of crops comes by the strength of an ox. A faithful witness does not lie, but he who breathes out falsehood is a witness of deceit. A scoffer seeks wisdom, but there is none, but knowledge comes easily to him who understands. Leave the presence of a foolish man, for you will not come to know words of knowledge. The wisdom of the clever is understanding his ways, but the folly of fools is deceit. Fools mock the guilt offering, but among the upright it is favorable. The heart knows the bitterness of its soul, but in its joy it will not share itself with a stranger. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will flourish. There is a way that seems upright to a man, but its end is the way of death. Even in laughter a heart may be sad, and the end of joy may be grief. From his ways the perverse of heart will be satisfied, and from his own, so shall a good man. The simple will believe every word, but the clever will consider his step. The wise is cautious and turns from evil, but the fool throws off restraint and is confident. He who is short of temper will act foolishly, and the man who schemes will be hated. The simple are adorned with folly, but the clever are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow down before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is disliked even by his own neighbor, but the lovers of the rich are many. He who despises his neighbor is a sinner, but he who has mercy on the poor blesses him. Have they not erred, those who plan evil? But loyalty and faithfulness belong to those who plan good. In all toil there is profit, but the talk of lips leads only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their wealth, the folly of fools is folly. He who saves lives is a witness of truth, but he who utters lies is a betrayer. In the fear of Yahweh there is confidence of strength, and for his children there will be refuge. The fear of Yahweh is a fountain of life, in order to turn from the snares of death. In the multitude of people is the glory of the king, but without a population a prince is ruined. He who is slow to anger has great understanding, but the hasty of spirit exalts folly. A heart of tranquility is life to the flesh, but causes bones of passion to rot. He who oppresses the poor insults him who made him, but he who has mercy on the poor honors him. By his evil doing the wicked will be overthrown, and the righteous will find refuge in his death. In the heart of him who has understanding wisdom rests, but even in the midst of fools it becomes known. Righteousness will exalt a nation, but sin is a reproach to a people. The favor of a king is for the servant who deals wisely, but his wrath will be on him who acts shamefully. And as always, thank you so much for being here today. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button right there and click the bell if you want notifications. And if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button for me. And I will see you tomorrow. Maranatha.
You'll carry me out of the storm. I'm standing at the crossroads. I'm lost without a clue. I need a big pink neon sign to show me what to do. I thank you, Lord. It glorifies you when you're the only answer. I praise you, Lord, for holding what's too much for me. And I'm amazed by you, Lord, because nothing's too big and nothing's too small to lay at your feet.